Warning, Dazz Radio is not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. 1K frequency is not intended to replace professional advice, and our views may not necessarily reflect those views of our featured guests.
Great to have you here with us. Welcome to 1K Frequency with your hosts, Dazzo, Skittlekicks, and Atlas.
What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to Dazz Radio and 1K Frequency. I am your host and executive director, Dazzo, and we got the amazing crew up in the house today. We got Mr. Skittlekicks.
What up?
We got the amazing Ember Rose.
Hello, hello.
And of course, our Fapo, Mr. Mikey.
Kiss him.
What's up?
Nada. What has everybody been up to?
Well, as you guys can see, Dazz merch is ready to go, and we are going to be launching live right here on the stream.
Heck yeah.
That looks so good. I
Yeah,
gotta
the
tell you,
snapback
I'm
looks
impressed.
So good.
Yeah. It is kind of, the only thing I'm not really a fan of is how they put the original snapback logo on the bill. That's
Yeah.
kind of meh. I wish that
Meh.
was, I just wish that was like a little tag you could take off, but no.
What, the sticker?
Yeah, is that a sticker or is that like, is that
That is a
removable or
sticker.
not?
That is the
Okay, so you
sticker.
can remove.
You can.
Okay, you can remove it. Cool. Nice.
It's cool.
Nice. Yeah. We were after the show last week, Daz and I were kind of, hanging out, and we were kind of working on some of the ideas or whatever, and mainly it was also me I have to change up my logo so it looks a lot better, because when we printed off the one that's got the gradient,
Yeah.
it looks like Purple's head was bleeding. So I was like, yeah, not gonna have that. So I readjusted the color specs, and the new merch for that looks pretty rad. I like that a lot.
It is awesome.
Like it a lot. I like my 1K frequency too. That looks so cool.
It does.
That looks really cool. So and Dazz Radio looks pretty sharp too. Gotta admit. And I've seen the merch for Ember and Mikey, and I'm like, dude, this place is way better than freaking what I had run my old store. And I feel so bad. It's like, I mean, my fiance and I, we spent hours developing like our merch for our old store.
Yeah.
And the site we were using was just like, maybe because it was years ago now, maybe they've gotten better, but honestly, it was just when you're literally printing on thread as opposed to actually doing like embroidery, which is what the hats are.
Yep.
It looks like crap. It looks like crap if you just print on it. But like true embroidery like that hat is just, I love embroidery.
I do
So yay. Looks good. So yeah, if you want merch, we'll be posting a link soon. We're still building up the inventory. It's not going to be a lot right now. We just want to see what kind of, what people will be interested in. But check it out. Everything's pretty reasonably priced. And I think for the most part, it's just going to kick ass. It's like the stuff that you want in your life. You want really good merchandise. You want cool items.
Yes.
What better way to say I'm cool than with a 1K frequency hat or a pullover or a zip up? Doesn't matter. We got it. We got you back.
Indeed.
Oh, I gotta admit though, Mikey's shirt that he chose is pretty freaking awesome. I actually like that shirt. That was a cool shirt. It is a cool. I like that's the color. The thing is though, we tried to find the bandana version of that to put our logo on that, and it just did not look right. Because bandanas are, you have to fold them into a triangle, and we were like trying for like 30 minutes trying to get that to look right, and it just would not behave itself.
Yeah, I remember sitting there post show messing around with stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I like how Ember's logo turned out. Like, it just nice. It just pops right off the thing. Off the
So
thing.
I actually hand drew my like I actually hand drew the like on on a tablet. I hand drew my outline and everything, and then I colored it
Wow.
in. And my hair I colored in. The only thing that I auto colored in is the background.
Yeah, I can't draw like that. Now I can. I'm a colorist, so like a friend of mine many years ago did some drawings or whatever that I was able to take into Photoshop and just digitally color in, and it looked really good. And I would actually find like real items in the world to give it more of texture and more kind of lifelike. But over time, the hard part for me was getting the lighting right because I was actually really picky about like how was I going to light this to make it look really cool. So I'm not good at shadowing or highlighting.
Yeah.
But I did one of Rogue from X-Men for my fiance, and she loved it. And then it was hanging up on her wall, and then the frickin' for whatever reason it actually slipped off the wall. The frame actually fell off the wall and shattered the glass.
Ooh.
It did not damage the picture, but I was really sad.
Yeah.
But I went with her to Hobby Lobby and we got a new piece of glass for it. So because that's where I bought the frame at. So, but that was.
That's awesome. I am going to get the website up and running here shortly, guys. Just bear with me.
Woohoo!
Birthday up in the house. What's going on, man? Yeah, we got a lot of merch coming as well.
Very excited
to keep on producing some crazy stuff that not even a lot of people actually see in the good old store.
Awesome. We love being standout and being different.
Exactly. You have to be different. Otherwise, you're just like everybody else and every content creator out there.
Heck yeah.
But we do have a lot of items in the store ready to go, including cups, stickers, and all that fun stuff. So yeah. All right.
Exciting stuff.
And we'll drop the link to the stream because the website is up now, boys and girls.
Woohoo!
Of course, that's not gonna do it. But there it is, boys and girls. We will pin it on the top comment in the
That
chat.
is awesome.
And for those that want to purchase any item in the store, use promo code 1KFS. You will get a free, that's right, free stickers.
Woohoo!
Use promo code 1KFS and you guys can get free stickers with your purchase and 10% off. So
that is so exciting.
Is my gift to everybody.
Wow.
Oh, I think Skittles might have a fart. His internet took apart.
Uh-oh.
I was like, why is this so quiet?
Yeah.
I did not pay attention. He'll be back eventually.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So yeah, we got trucker hats, we got 1K frequency shirts, windbreakers, bomber jackets, and then we got some muscle tank tees for the ladies already available in the shop.
Ooh.
We got some humble hustling Dazz shirts with my slogan on it. We got a variety of beanies, fitted, and snapbacks as well, and the official 1K frequency embroidered uh, zipped up hoodie is also up for grab on the website.
I'm gonna be broke just from buying our own merch. I'm about to spend my whole paycheck on it.
It's okay, you're a nurse. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I'm just waiting and seeing all that.
Just seeing your wallet get emptied out in real time with the dumpster in the background. This is fine.
Oh my god. Phelan, what's going on, Phelan? Mr. Drake up in the house? So yeah, so go get your merch. Go support 1K frequency and my brand. And
Yes, indeed.
use promo code 1KFS to get free stickers on your purchase and 10% off.
Ooh.
So yeah. Ember's it's gonna be Ember Rose's birthday tomorrow as well.
Yay.
She's turning 26 years old.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Your final day as 25.
Yep. Yep. Hey, yeah. I know. It's crazy. I wish I didn't sound like this while turning 26, but it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning and see a new human. We'll see.
So, just to let everybody know, I had a massive power surge go through our house.
Oof.
It knocked out everything, and my internet just came back online. I was about to go to YouTube and actually post in the freaking live chat, like, hey, guess what? I can't do anything right now. Yeah, I don't know if you heard anything like, whoa, what was that? Like, I don't know if you heard any of that before it actually started going haywire.
You all of a sudden just weren't gone.
Yeah. Well, one thing is my mixer is not on my power. It's not on my backup or my battery backup. It's on the surge side of it. So the only thing that's on my surge side is my computer, and our broadband is hooked up to our other battery backup. But unfortunately, it's DSL. So if that stuff goes out, God knows anything. But it looks like everything's back up. Who knows what caused that?
Yay!
I have no idea. I'm gonna blame Canada and their recent threats. But hey, you know. Fuck you, Trudeau.
It's okay. Yesterday, halfway through the ambulance live stream, my modem decided to throw a fucking fit. So
good old Rogers internet.
Yeah. Oh well, that is what it is. It happens.
Let me ask this: do you guys have any competition in Toronto for internet providers, or are you permanently stuck with Rogers?
We have Bell, but let's
they're not much better, dude. That's all part of AT&T.
Yeah.
Money grabber. You sign a contract.
Sounds
with them,
a lot like
2 months later. Well, there's a $10 to $20 fucking price hike. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
So that sounds a lot like Rockstar. Hey, there's a topical thing to talk about.
Tropical. Oh, speaking of Rockstar.
So, yeah, I was trying to segue into that.
Today they dropped the official update on the Steam version. So now you guys have the Legacy and the Expanded.
Dun, dun, dun.
Or enhanced. And for the record, no one gives a shit except the little 12-year-old kids that want to use their shark cards and blow stuff up and cheat the system and all that stuff. So honestly, do not care.
Well,
yep.
I don't see any benefit to this at all. I mean,
No.
what? I mean, because it's not rage compatible, so good luck playing LSPDFR on it. You have to use a legacy for that one.
Yeah.
But
Which is kind of
I
stupid,
see.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see. Any, I mean, I don't follow GTA 5 anymore. I don't think I ever really did. I could not ask
Careless.
about any updates. No, I just don't. So sorry to all you LSPDFR and 5M players. I mean, Ember, I know you're a 5M player, but
Yeah.
GTA 5 is just it's outdated. Move along. Anyway, that's why I don't play it anymore. That's why I gave up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I've already gone through almost the entire map. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
What's
You know?
next?
I mean, yeah, honestly, like, if it wasn't for community-based, like, things, I wouldn't be as involved as I am now.
No, I get it.
But, yeah, that's just kind of like, I mean, because I've thought about getting into LSPDFR, but, like, only because I want to stream it. Like, not because I actually want to, like, rebuild it and play it, but because I want to
Yeah.
stream it. So I'm like, is this really worth it if the only thing I really care about is wanting to get into it because I want it to be on stream? Like, is that really how I want to game? I don't know.
Well, and to be honest, I never streamed it. I did record like 80 some videos, and it just doesn't do well anymore. Like for your view times, unless you're showcasing stuff, and honestly, what is really up there, Opus had some really good stuff. Like he had some of the best stuff up there. But callouts are all the same. Everybody just keeps, stealing everybody else's, and there's like maybe one or two that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Most things that I ended up doing was skinning cars and like trying to get ELS to, flash pattern the way I wanted it to, because I finally figured out how to do that.
Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, I played it since I got back into it in I first got into it in 2017. I played it for a little while, then I got bored of it, and then I watched Faviano for a while, and he actually was, playing it and showing how to do it, because he was doing Code Zero at the time. And I was like, okay, this is how you got to do it, and all this stuff. And then I ended up eventually finding Criminal Justice and Jeffrey Gamer, and that's how I learned how to properly do it, like the actual get more, involved in it. It was cool for a while, but like I said, every time Rockstar does an update, it breaks your damn system. Rage
Yep.
breaks, everything breaks.
Yep.
LSPDFR breaks. It's like, and Ember, honestly, it's not all that stable. And I don't know if you really want to deal with a bunch of game crashes during a live stream. Or that might be the only caveat to say, you know what, 5M,
Right.
for all of its quirks, is probably going to do better for you streaming that
Yeah.
over LSPDFR. I think you'll get more
Right.
views on 5M stuff, like with Silver Lining,
Right.
or versus this. But that's just my opinion. I mean, go for it if you want to try it. I mean, I can tell you some of the good mods that I used, but it's very involved. And I don't even know if you can even find Open 4 anymore, because from what I was reading today, it seems like that application's finally dead. Because Open 4 is the only way we can actually get into the game files and actually.
I mean, yeah, I
add
mean,
it to the system.
it very well may be, and I'm the type of person where, like, I'm versed enough in LSPDFR, but only because of other people's knowledge. Like, the
And that's
last
how I learned
time,
it too.
I re-downloaded everything and got back into it, somebody was literally there holding my hand. So, if I redid it, I would most likely need someone to hold my hand again, which is like, okay, do I really want to put Dazzo through
Yeah.
that? Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Dazz, you can vouch for this. I got really good at doing the installations. In fact, most of what I was taught was through CJ and through GG,
Mm-hmm.
but I was able to take it a step further, because not every step is required.
Right.
Like, you don't necessarily have to reboot your computer after you do an installation. You just do little bits at a time. The only reason why you ever have to reboot your computer is because you clear out memory. Your actual RAM gets cleared out and it gets pushed all the way down to your hard drive. It doesn't really do stability. I know if you install a bunch at a time. So this is how I did it. I would do about a group of 5. So I would do the core files first, and then I'd run the game. If there was no
Yeah.
crashes and it loaded in, I'd go to the next set of 5. And I
Yep.
think I had I don't think I ever exceeded anything more than 20 mods. And that included police cars, ambulance, fire trucks, things like that. Because I would
Mhm.
just replace all the files. And now I also would do things like I would go into some of the meta files and actually enhance certain things as well. I don't remember all the things I did, but it mainly was like files that would allow you to like enhance like lighting. It would enhance sound effects. You could actually like I got to the point where I was actually able to find the right cars that matched the cars I wanted to use. And Dazz is a huge thing. Like if you want to run a Crown Vic, Stanier is the best car for that because that actually is the best driving line for it. Because back in the day, I was getting vehicles that were flipping over
Mhm.
because the lines were wrong. When
Yeah.
I finally figured out which cars matched, it was stable, and I owe Daz a lot of that because he's like, "Oh yeah, just check these cars out. These will be the ones that are pretty much the standard across the board." But it's very involved, Ember. I mean,
Yeah.
this can.
Yeah.
I got it down to a science where I could get it down to about 40 minutes of install time, but that's
Wow.
after a long time learning.
Yeah.
It's very involved when you're just starting to get back into it. I mean, it took me about 3.5, 4 hours originally to do it when I
Yeah.
was relearning it, and this was years later.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you have the time to actually put into it, like you
right.
said, you don't really know.
I'm like a 3-4 hour install with help, so it's like without help, I can't even imagine.
No, you're probably looking like, and you
Yeah.
probably would be like at a day or something like that, which is, it's a very involved process. And I mean, I will
Right.
give credit to Gigi and CJ. CJ primarily because he did his 4-hour videos to show how it's done. And for the most part, all the videos are still the same. Like, even though he would release new versions of them, these 4-hour videos, it's pretty much the same processes. The only differences is maybe he finds something that might be cool to add in there, and some things he removes or whatever. I mean, that's what it was. Now, I prefer like Simple Trainer over Lemon because Lemon UI never seemed to work right. And things like callouts, I'm very specific about callouts. I turn off certain things, and the automatic dispatchers now that's built into I think Opus's stuff is a lot cooler than it used to be. But again, it comes down to time. Like you said, you're 3 to 4 hours just just with help. So, I would say if you want to, if you feel like you're ambitious, I'd say go for it. Daz and I can help you for sure and walk you through the process. Daz is probably more up to date with it because he worked in the support area, so he is probably a lot more frequently. He's probably better up like getting you up to speed faster than I could, because I have to really rethink. The one thing I will say though is there is really a good order. Like you want to do things in steps. LSPDFR. Actually, what you should do is like Rage, LSPDFR, scripthookv, scripthookv.net. Like do those core ones first, and then move on from there. But again, you have to find Open 4 if it's not infested with Trojans right now, because God knows if that's on the dark web at this point. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm up in the air about it. I gave it up after I was having I actually had a black screen attack, and that's why I gave up on it. I was like, literally, I had just updated the game. I got everything up to date. I launched it, and the screen was black. It was the black screen of death. And I'm like, okay. That's when I said to Daz, I'm like, dude, I'm done with this effing game. I'm never going back to it. And I have not gone back to it. And that was, what has that now been? Almost 2 years, at least.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I haven't gone back to it. Anyway, that was a long tangent. Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But I think, honestly, what I would say, Ember, I think you probably will have more fun with the 5M stuff as you've been doing for a while, because you're interacting with real people.
Right.
You're not dealing with, you're dealing with derpy AI to some degree, but it's a lot more manageable in 5M because they've got code in there that actually prevents a lot of the shenanigans that AI love to do, although they still can't figure out the driving mechanic. But, that's just one of the quirks of the game. But honestly, I think that's where your strong suit's going to be, is streaming that.
Right.
I mean, if you did maybe like 5-minute little quips here and there, That's
Yeah.
cool, but
Yeah.
that still means you have to build the system up. And, like I said, it could be a real pain in the booty.
Yeah.
I'm not discouraging you. I'm just
Right. No, I
giving you
know.
kind of like the heads up,
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so this new system that they dropped today, I was like, why is this showing up in my library? I have it hidden, and it's like, oh, it's a secondary kind of thing, and I'm like, I want to remove it completely out of my system, so
Hey,
it's not
Phoenix.
eating up hard drive space.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, what are your thoughts on it, guys? What are your thoughts on it? Do you really care about the legacy and the enhanced, or do you not care at this point?
I honestly don't care, to be honest.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, what that sound is Dazzo's F's are not given. He's at that point because he did this stuff for he did the support for a long time and was really top notch in that. But just that alone was like enough to say, okay, I'm out.
Right. I mean, at some point you do something so much and you have so much knowledge that you almost overload yourself with your own knowledge of the topic, and then it's time to move on.
Well, it's not just and I would say that's very true, but it's not just that though. For Dazz, it was dealing with people who would not follow directions.
And that too.
Like, but my game don't work. Well, did you follow my instructions? But no.
What?
Well, then what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And you're not being paid for these things, so it's like, why waste my time if you're not going to follow through on it?
Exactly. I mean, I wrote a guide to help people with Supermarket Together because controller support's kind of limited right now. It does work, but it's very derpy. And, people seem to think that's a really good idea. And, that's great. But they've read what I wrote. And I've seen that nightmare that is the LSPDFR community support.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm out. Because it was always the same people bitching about the same damn things. And it's like, do you not understand the words that are coming out of our mouths? Like, do you not understand how to pay attention to the rules? I swear, it's like, did you have the same problem in school, like where you weren't following the teacher's directions and how to do something? Did you read what the book said? Probably not.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are like that if they're like this on a game or in technology, they have to be like 10 times worse in person just to be able to, no follow through.
And what I tried, like when I was doing a little bit of it, I bring my IT background. I've got 20 years in IT, and I can tell you that a lot of the same things we dealt with in IT where people would not follow directions and kept breaking their shit. It's like that line in Liar, Liar. Stop breaking the law, asshole! It's like you really want to like get into these people's heads. It's like, you will not understand. This is the quirks of modifying a game that's never meant to be modified. This stuff will happen. And it's always funny when people take the updates and then they complain about their game breaking. It's like, did you not read the warning messages out there that the game will break if you try to launch it? Nope. So they never learn.
Yep.
So even in my world, in my IT world, it was like the same way. Like people would not learn the lessons. I'm like, okay, fine. And don't waste my time. I mean, yeah, I get paid for them wasting my time, but it's like I don't get paid enough for this.
Right.
Maybe $50 an hour.
Maybe.
Waste my time then.
Right.
With full bennies too. I get full bennies and
Right.
But anyway, so one of the things beyond that, I don't know what you guys talked about after I lost my internet connection here, but I just read recently that Skype is going away. Microsoft is killing Skype. And so I have something to say about this. I was in college when Skype was first out. So we're talking circa, I think it was like 2003, because I think it was in my, or 2004, it was in my A+ class when I first learned about it. And I remember it was like really cool. Now, I'd already been familiar with AOL's Instant Messenger, MSN Messenger, and Yahoo's Instant Messenger. I believe Yahoo was the first out there to do true high quality VoIP, voice over IP, for voice chatting and things like that. And there was a fourth one. It was ICQ, but ICQ was pretty much just text based. It was not audio.
Mm-hmm.
So Skype basically became like the go-to at the time. And the weirdest thing was like I'd forgotten about this, but it was built in a little country called Estonia. Yeah. It's like that's the most random country to find a product. Is like, oh hey, we're from Estonia. I'm like, okay, very random. It's like, really? So I mean, not Sweden, not Russia, not Japan or whatever. It's like, nope, Estonia. So, but what happened was, I think it was. What I say, it was sometime in 2012 when Microsoft decided to get its gubby mitts on it, and we all know what Microsoft does with stuff over time. They kill the product. They did that with their entire gaming company that built Age of Empires. They killed that whole division because why not? So them killing Skype in favor of Teams. Now think about this, guys. Think of the marketing. Skype has really never been associated with business, has it? It's always been kind of like an extension of like AOL's Instant Messenger and all that stuff. It was like, okay, it had a cool name. Mm-hmm. It was very identifiable. People knew what it was. You said, hey, Skype me. They all knew what that was. They all knew what that meant. It became, I think that'd be a verb or an adjective, one of the two. I can English. And it was great. But now they want to replace it with Teams. Okay, what is that strike in your mind? Teams. Not exactly something that's designed for the average user. Marketing-wise, it's a stupid name outside of business, in my opinion. Skype is a better name for it. But again...
But also, how many people are actually using, Skype? I mean, even without even taking business into consideration, I mean, I haven't heard anyone in my day-to-day life outside of anywhere say, hey, let me Skype you later. Like that, it really hasn't been a thing, at least in my life.
I know that now, but that's been intentional since Microsoft took the product.
Right.
They've been slowly killing it for a long time.
Right.
They've been slowly killing it.
Right.
Now, granted, there are other you could say that companies like Discord and the ones that was pretty cool, Gilded actually would have been pretty cool, but they've kind of screwed the pooch on that by tying into Roblox for some god awful reason. And there's been other applications, but Skype was just kind of the OG. It was like it was the OG after the OGs, like AOL and things like that. And yeah, you're right. People aren't talking about it, but that's intentional because Microsoft starts to whore out its product. Exactly. I will say Google Meet or whatever they call it nowadays. I think, in my opinion, that's a better marketing name because it's not tied to business per se. It's universal. Where Meets or Teams is all about the business side of it. And I don't know. The Microsoft philosophy is just pathetic. We're going to give you a crappy product. We're going to buy out our competitors. We're going to make it worse. And then we're going to tell you that you need this in your life.
Yeah.
Hello, Windows. I'm looking at you. And all of that.
Exactly.
I have something to say about that towards the end of the show. So, yeah, I think Skype, I will miss Skype for sure. I still have it. I mean, I was like on my old radio show that I did with my fiance, we actually interviewed people for when we couldn't get them on live stream, we would actually pre-record the shows, and it was great. I mean, I got to talk to some really cool people as she did, and it's like, this is awesome. It was like, we can totally make this work, but now it's going away. It's like, well, what else is there? So I would say find good alternatives. I would not use Teams. I don't recommend it. I don't care what Microsoft says. Don't become a slave to Microsoft. We need to break that cycle. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
only know of Teams because of business. Like, I can tell you there's not a hospital out there that doesn't use Teams. I use Teams at least 3
And-
times a month,
And
just
you
for
wanna know-
that, because
and
it's
it's a business
business.
app. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
of course, you know why this happened. You know why Teams exist? Zoom.
right,
Zoom is the reason why Teams exist, because Microsoft wants to dominate the world. You know,
right,
one OS, one application to rule them all. That's their mentality. That's been the
exactly,
way since Gates and Paul Allen started the company.
exactly.
And
Go
go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, because I was looking up some of the stats before this, like, before our live, and there are 320 million users on Microsoft Teams every single day.
Yeah, and that's all businesses. Guarantee the average person is not a
Right.
part of that.
Right.
Guaranteed. And that's
Yep.
again a bad. Now Microsoft is pushing that because they want everybody. I mean, like you were saying, Daz, your radio station is swapping over to 365,
Yeah.
Office 365, which is pathetic. It's like, why would anybody want that? Honestly, what is the purpose of 365? It's all through the cloud, which means it's hackable. Number two, who gives a shit about collaboration? Just get off your ass and walk it over to your employee or share it in a server. You don't need the collaboration to be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna work on this section. Oh, but it's locked out, so unlock it. So it's a freaking nightmare.
Yep.
And you know, as a IT guy, the security in me, I never studied security per se, but I've been around computers enough to know that security is kind of a thing. And we have resident Glockenspiel, you know, in the room that you can attest to security. He understands security from multiple points of view. And I would say that IT is just as messed up, you know.
Yep.
So anyway, but yeah, it literally my title of this was Skype dies in the night, and that's literally what it's going to become. Is on May 5th.
Yeah.
You know, it would have
I'm
been
surprised it's not
ironic
May
had they
4th.
put. I was gonna say because the frickin' Star Wars quotes would have been all over that. You know, I mean, because we already know May the 4th be with you is a thing, but
I mean,
yeah.
May 5th isn't that better because it's Cinco de Mayo.
True, but I mean that's a cool holiday
See.
for Mexico. You know,
I'm just saying.
yeah. I mean, you know,
See,
it's for cookie. So don't drink when you're on the show, Daz, because you could choke if we make you laugh. Exactly.
I'm not there to save you.
That's true.
You
You don't live
need
near
to
you,
wait. You
so-
gotta wait a little bit.
He's like, yep, exactly. But so I guess after the whole Skype thing, SCS decided to drop another bomb on everybody and open beta for 1.54.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Yes, we did. Well, I said it's a bomb because it's basically saying it's getting us set up for the next few states that are coming out, which should be, I think, Missouri's next, then Iowa, then Illinois.
Yes.
But whether or not they all three come out this year is probably not going to be a thing.
Illinois
I
won't
think we'll
come
get
out
one more.
until
I think
next
we're going to
year.
get one more. I think we're going to get one more state. I think it'll be Missouri. That'll be the state this year, and then they won't have any states releasing till the end of until the beginning of next year.
Missouri, Chicago Illinois will not come out until next year.
Correct. Unless they got their heads out of their asses and stopped doing these stupid events and actually work on the freaking game. I'm just
They're
saying.
working on the game. It's just that.
No,
the
they're not
servers
fast.
are
I'm
slow.
sorry, dude. I said I was going to be 50 before this game was finished. Now I'll be 60 before this game is finished.
Yeah.
And then when I'm 60, I'll say I'll be a 70 by the time the game finishes. You know,
There you
I'm
go.
sorry. It's just I have no patience for it. I just have no patience. You know. So, anyway, I do want to ask you something because you briefly mentioned this when I came back about paramedic, or actually, I should say ambulance sim, a paramedic's life. You streamed it recently with the new changes and things. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
which I missed out on. Oh God, I'm
Unfortunately,
okay.
My
Okay,
modem
so if
took a
this is
shit.
repeating for you guys, I apologize, but I didn't hear it, so I want to know how bad it was.
My modem took a shit, and
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I couldn't get it
Is
back online for 20 minutes.
oof.
Yeah, it went down that bad.
So in other words, we have no idea how well it'll play.
Well, I did try and play it offline after
Yeah.
the stream ended, and well,
Uh-huh.
it was alright. But the lag is still there, and of course, all that good stuff. But hey,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Well, I know one of the things I would say about this is in flashing lights, which probably has not been updated in a long time. I haven't really followed
Flashing
it for a
light
while.
updates more frequently than any other game.
Okay. Well, that's good. At least he's working on it. He put an option in there almost immediately for traffic. You can either turn it off or have it very light, medium, or extremely heavy, but extremely heavy will cause a lot of lag. And for whatever reason, and this is the same problem with Police Simulator, you cannot manage the traffic. You know, at least in like ATS, you can actually go into the config file and actually turn down the traffic level, you know, through the text.
Yes, you can.
I don't know if you can do it through the sliders though, but they need a slider in Ambulance Sim to turn off that lag. You know, now I've heard too if they're using parallax, which is a certain type of texture, which is really enhancing graphics. However, that could be a problem. Parallaxing can cause a lot of issues with lag. It's a very heavy duty. It's almost like going like 20K or whatever for your texture quality. You know, it's too much real to life lags computers, and who's got $5,000 to kick out for a basic computer? I don't.
Yeah,
Pow.
me neither.
I'm so poor I can't afford the R. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said last few times we talked about this, I am not interested in that game at all. It's not even multiplayer, so that makes it even worse.
Not
know.
yet, but I think they were trying to make it multiplayer in the future.
And
I
we
don't
saw
know.
how multiplayer worked in Police Sim itself. It's the same process. Forget it. People are gonna hate it.
Police him.
They's gonna hate it.
Giggity.
Yep. So, as our resident nurse, Ember, what do you think about Ambulance Sim? I don't know if you've picked it up yet, but have you looked into it at all?
I've looked at it. I have not purchased it. A lot of what I've seen is through Dazzo's POV.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything looks good. Obviously, obviously you can only do so much as far as like, realism and stuff like that. I mean, there are certain things where I'm like, well, I don't know if I would specifically do it, the way that the game does it, but like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So I kind of find it a little bit inconsistent with the actual, medical, the medical
Procedures.
side of it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, but overall, as somebody who isn't, in the medical field, it's a good game to, kind of see if you might be interested in that kind of stuff. But I do think they have a few, fixes that they still need to make, to it as far as the lag and stuff like that. But, I think it's a work in progress. I just wish that medically it was a little bit more consistent. But, you can only do so much.
I think if they remove the stupid voice acting and actually put that effort into the actual like medical procedures, I think the game would be a lot better. I would rather deal with text on the screen than over actors,
Right.
overacting, actors
Right.
overacting,
Yeah.
or literally you give them a drug and it's like instant feel better.
Yeah.
That's not normal. That is not normal at all. That is. Drugs take time to work through the system. The only way it's fast through your system is through IV solution, but that's because that goes right into your bloodstream. So, I don't know. And there's another paramedic game that's coming out in probably the next year or so like that. And I made some pretty big suggestions to this. And the developer said that's some pretty good ideas. And they said, yeah, join our Discord and, share it with him. Like, Discord. But
I think you should go reach out to him and maybe get him on the show. If that's even possible.
That's why I don't even know what country the person's from. That could be the bigger problem. I don't know if that person's from the States or not. I have no clue. Because I never even put that out there because I don't know.
Right.
And so yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a cool concept for sure to have these paramedic sims. I mean, maybe if it inspires somebody to actually become a real life paramedic, that's pretty cool. There's been people that have been inspired to become police officers off, TV shows.
Right.
So I mean, I don't see why this would be any different.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes down to medical procedure, though, if you're going to do something and you're going to call it a simulator, then do your research. Now, Acer had claimed that they'd worked with real paramedics. Well, the procedures I've seen,
what?
That's
what they claim.
I can see bits and pieces of that though, because like the other day, I was watching, I think Dazzo play it, and it said dyspnea, which is shortness of breath. Me, in a normal hospital setting, when I'm telling my patient, I'm not saying, oh, you're experiencing dyspnea. Like, they don't know what that is. I say shortness of breath. So I think it's like they went overboard on some of the terminology, underboard on the actual mechanics of it. So I feel like they need to meet somewhere in the middle in order to make it a good,
Yeah, just for the record, you completely cut out.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So so we've missed a little bit of what you said, but I get it. So basically what you're saying is too much technical jargon, not enough actual mechanics that match what this is. And yeah, it's like,
right.
Hey, I mean, and honestly, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What patient has ever said, I hurt my lower, my lower leg.
Right.
Who talks like that?
Right.
The lower part of my leg is now bleeding.
Right, and that's what I was, that's what I said before I cut out. Like, I don't talk to my patients like that. I talk to them the way that they will understand. Now, the doctor might talk to them like that, but a normal paramedic or a nurse, I'm not going to say, oh, you have dyspnea of your lungs, and they're going to be like, what the hell is that? And I'm going to be like, no, you have shortness of breath in your lungs. And they're going to be like, yeah, I do,
Yep. And, well, what I was saying more like for patients, like a patient's not going to come to you and say, hey, nurse, I hurt the lower part of my leg. It's like, I hurt my leg. And then it's the job of the nurse to... Yeah, I hurt my leg, so the job of the nurse is to diagnose that and figure, okay, what part of the leg, and then like that. But they're not going to say it like, I hurt my lower leg, like some kind of robot. Oh, yeah, I could do without the dialogue. But
yeah, it was pretty frustrating trying to see, oh, so let me just take a look at my patient and see where's the bleeding from. But it's like, half the time I don't fucking see the actual hashtag injury.
Yeah. And then they're bleeding out.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing.
No, I can't see. Is it somewhere in your mid chest? Somewhere in your...
The only thing I look at is if there's like, if I guess maybe I'm a little more observant. I do see like blood patches around the legs, around the arm. Like you can kind of sort of see the discoloration of the clothing, but so like you have to be looking for it.
Yeah, but you have to like say your freaking lower abdomen. Like, come on.
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
You can't even apply bandages or even gauze.
Yeah,
because that's not
the
a
worst
option.
No, the worst moment for me is moving a patient. The way first of all, and Ember, I'm sure you can verify this. If there's a car accident, you do not touch a patient until you've cleared the neck and the spine.
Right.
Because if you F that up, that person is forever. That's it. Their life is over.
Yeah.
Their life has changed dramatically.
That depends on the injury. Or
Well,
the
if it's
collar.
you still clear the neck and the
Yes.
spine.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like you have to collar it. They should have a
Mhm.
backboard.
Yep.
And you should not like the way they lift the patients up too is like I don't think I've seen any paramedic lift a person at a 90-degree angle. I've just never seen that. They'll drop the stretcher down as low as they can possibly get it, and a 1, 2, 3 lift straight up and put them onto the bed, onto the gurney. At the same motion they do in the hospital in an emergency room. It's the same procedure. Have these people never seen these old dramatic, like the Learning Channel's old school paramedic shows or whatever? Like, did they never watch that and saw how real trauma centers work and how real ambulance people move stuff around? It's not. I mean, maybe that's how the British do it. I don't know. Maybe that's how the Europeans do it. I don't know. But here in America, we don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
We don't do shit like that. We clear the spine, we clear the breathing, we do the ABCs, and most things are treated outside of an ambulance.
Yes.
The only time they're ever going to put a person in an ambulance is if, one, they have to get to certain equipment, but they will have portables. They will have portable things.
Right.
And one thing I will say is that they need to keep that out of the ambulance. Transportation is really what the ambulance is there for.
Yeah.
It's a taxi with wee-woos. That's all it is. It's not. And they're not. That's the thing too. Paramedics are not doctors.
Yeah. I mean, it is
doctors, but yeah.
It is a taxi, but a lot goes on back there, more than we think.
Yeah, I've been in a couple ambulances before, like as a patient and as somebody touring one.
I mean, they do everything. Stabilize. I mean, intubate,
But if a person's crashing in the ambulance, they will stop the damn bus and they will work on the patient. They will not drive when they're trying to resuscitate.
Correct.
And they're not going to keep driving if a person's going to aspirate, because that person can choke and die. Yep. So the way that this game is set up does not really simulate.
Right.
Like I said, this game is a simcade.
Yes.
It's parts simulator, but mostly arcade.
Yep.
So anyway, but that's it was a cool concept, but honestly, the same publisher that gave us the train wreck that became Police Simulator.
Yeah.
Do better, sir. Do better.
Do better.
I'm just saying. Do better, or just maybe find a different career. Maybe be a sandwich maker or something. Work at Subway. I'll work at Subway.
Go work at Jersey Mike's.
Speaking of Jersey Mike's actually used to have really good meatball subs, and then the one I used to live by got rid of their meatball subs during COVID. I was really bummed about that, and they never really brought them back either. But then I found Firehouse Subs, which I prefer. Firehouse Subs rules. That is a shout out to Firehouse. I know they're not sponsoring, but shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
Hell of a facility, great food. Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm sure Canada doesn't really have that.
Yeah, I have.
I was just gonna say they have
both within
They have maple syrup subs.
Maple syrup.
Exactly. So
I'm just gonna make my own Jersey Mike's.
What was that, Mikey?
I'm just gonna make my own Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Hey, you should. You know what? I just thought of this. You should sue them for taking your name.
I'm gonna make my own Jersey Mike's with blackjack and hookers.
Oh God.
Jeez.
And it won't be Jersey Mike's to be magic. And it won't be Jersey Mike's to be Magic Mike's.
Oh my God.
Magic Mike's in the red light district.
There it is.
Next on 1K After Dark.
Oh God. Hookers and bookers.
Not that again.
Always.
No, he'll have a bookie shop and enough hookers, and it'll be called Bookers and Hookers or Hookers and Bookers. So anyway,
The snapback looks fucking dope, guys. It looks fucking.
The snapback smiles back.
Snapback smiles back. There's a slogan.
Check that out. Nope. in frame.
There you go.
Looks
Now
so
we can
good.
see it. Yeah, it looks great.
It's
It's
dope.
awesome.
One of the
Is
best hats
it
I've actually-
available at the merch store right now for
It
purchase?
is. All hats, I believe,
Nice.
all hats are available, including the trucker hats.
You should drop a
That
link
is-
in the chat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's pink.
Oh, is it
And
pinned?
use the
Awesome.
promo code 1KFS to get your free stickers.
Nice.
So I can't.
And
Yeah,
help promote
for
the show.
some reason they won't let you use the same promo link and have 10% off, which is kind of dumb. But
Well, no, it makes sense though. There's probably
yeah,
there's probably something in their system that doesn't allow it, and it's
It's
probably
okay,
there
you
to
get free
prevent
stickers.
fraud too. There you go, exactly.
get your free stickers.
So, yeah. So, okay, so I read an article on PC Magazine, or no, PC World, regarding the MSI video, the 5070s, and apparently MSI just jacked up the price, and now I think the one was going for $850.
Yeah, they jacked the price up by like $80.
$70, yeah, $70. And
I
Now-
saw that coming.
and I'm like, okay, no. So what they're partially they're blaming it on it's obviously it's new tech, so obviously it's always going to be up in price. But
Yeah,
this almost feels like it's scalping because they're blaming scalpers for this.
of course.
They're blaming economics, but everybody does that.
Yep.
But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever seen a video card of like the new generations under $500 ever. When I first got into computing, like into gaming,
Yeah.
you could get a graphics card for about $150, maybe 200 at the high end.
Yeah,
And they've
this was how
slowly
many
been
years
creeping
ago?
up. And honestly, they haven't really been all that great. I mean, what was the last major revolution? I think it was RTX, right? Ray tracing.
Yeah.
And all that did was just add the ability to see like sunbeams coming down. Okay, sun rays. It's really what it did.
Yep.
Okay, so it's eye candy. Okay, and maybe the CUDA cores are a little bit more powerful. They can handle a lot more, and there's more memory storage now than there used to be. It's just, I don't really understand any of that logic whatsoever. And personally, I don't trust anything MSI sells because I have been in that world for so long that I know that MSI has been junk. Like their boards fail. They have a high failure rate. Maybe they've gotten
Ace-
better.
Asus
Maybe
for
they've
the
gotten
win.
better. What's that?
Asus for the win.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I always felt Gigabyte and Asus were like the best ones.
Yeah.
You go with those, one of those two brands, you can't go wrong. And yeah, they're always vying for top spot. 1 year, it's like 1 month, it's like Asus. The other month, it's like Gigabyte's brand. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I have a motherboard that's a Gigabyte. It's a few years old, but it's been great. Solid state capacitors, which means no leaky capacitors. It's
Yeah.
great. But I don't know. I personally could not care less about the new graphics cards. I mean, honestly, if I can play my games and what I have right now, I'm okay with that. Because everything else that's tanking on my system is just my motherboard, CPU, and RAM. But at that point, then I have to build a Windows 11 box because fuck Microsoft.
Yeah.
But I did see a drop from you, Dazz, regarding the new 9000 series from Radeon that they
Yeah, I
have
saw that.
that they
That actually
finally
dropped
dropped
today.
out. Now I'm curious if that's going to be the comparable to the 5070s.
I believe it's.
They're
believe
9X.
so.
Okay. And I didn't read much of it. It was just more of like their presentation page. I didn't read like the specs on it, and I haven't deep dived into like the tech side of it yet because I'm going to wait a couple weeks before I start doing that.
Yeah.
But one of the things I've loved about AMD and the whole because I was very much against Radeon because I had a Radeon card years ago that just completely died on me, and this is after changing over from 3DFX
Mhm.
because the Voodoo series because they sold out to Nvidia, and I needed a different graphics card and I wasn't going to go to Nvidia because I was pissed off at them, so I went to Radeon.
Right.
And then my ATI thing just completely died. It just shorted out one day, just quit working. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. And it wasn't a driver; it was literally the chips on the freaking board. And I'm like, well, that's it. Never buying that again. So I just suffered through NVIDIA. But when the Ryzen chips came out for the processor, and then they started to release their graphics card, I was like reading about all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, they're actually making a comeback.
Yeah.
And Ryzen processors are some of the best out there. They're far superior to what Intel is pushing out garbage actually, and then pushing out chips that actually lock computers up and destroy computers because of the way the processors handle things. So with the new 9000 series from Radeon, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm happy that there's a new video card. I don't know if it's going to be the same target high end price for those of us who can't afford it. But if they're smart, the entry level cards for a long time are like $150. Back to like old school days. If you want a middle class, it's a little bit more, and a hyper class like really high. You pay a lot, but I don't want to see these things go for like $2,000. I just don't. And I'm worried about that happening. Is this going to be that MSRP? Because what MSI did has now gone above MSRP.
Yeah.
So, did you read the article on it all on the Radeon? Or did you just kind of just send the link?
I just saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
when I sent it to you, I was actually at work. So.
Yeah, so I would say like we'll do a little homework and study this and bring it up next week on the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious about it now after I've seen this. I'd like to know what they're going to do. And then hopefully by then PC World has actually done some testing, because Brad Chackhouse from that company or from that publication does all their video card updates. Like he does all those tests and, runs them through the ringer.
Yeah.
So, and he's been doing it for a long, long time. So I want to get his opinion, because I think that because he's in the industry and he works with this stuff all the time, I would trust his judgment if he says yay or nay. Did they hit it out of the park, or do they completely foul ball this thing and just give just something a piece of junk?
Right.
So, Ember, I never did ask you what do you have for a GPU in your computer? Do you know?
I have. Hang on, I gotta remember what I have. I built my PC, but I don't remember what I. Yeah.
So, okay, actually, if you go to your desktop and you click on the computer icon, right-click on it, go to Properties, it'll open up the window and it should tell you in there what you have for GPU. That's the nerd in me. I'm sorry.
Nerd.
Nerd.
What a nerd.
All right. I'm a never-ending radical dude. Oh, yeah, like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I picked up a RX 6600 branded by Gigabyte, but it's a Radeon, and I love it. It's this time I've upgraded to 8 gigs of memory. But it's funny because I remember my very first actual discrete graphics card was my 3D-FX Voodoo 3000. It was if I remember correctly, it was 256 megabytes of RAM. Yeah. Late 90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s. And the funny thing is, there was another variant of that. It was the 4000, but apparently after finding out about a year ago, that was like the most dog shit they ever built.
Yeah.
So, but not long after that, the company folded because they were cooking the books. They pulled the old Enron. So, yeah.
I mean, that's not a surprise.
No, unfortunately, but then who gets hurt in the end? We do.
Yep.
There was two companies I liked. I loved Sound Blaster or Creative Labs, and I loved my Voodoo 3000 from 3DFX. I loved it. So, but then I found out that NVIDIA had basically bought their chips. Bought the 3DFX chips and then started making their own. That's why for a while the NVIDIA graphics cards were so damn good, was because the ones that they got were 3DFX. So, but we're far removed from that now. That was, I think, early 2000s. But Radeon, I think, is going to be the kings. I think that, along with the Ryzen processor, I'd buy that. And an Asus motherboard, I'd go that route.
Yeah.
I'd go that route. I don't like Intel anymore. I mean, my first computer was an AMD machine. It was an AMD K63 processor with 3D Now technology.
Right.
Which meant it actually had a graphics chip built into it, but I had a discrete graphics card, so I was like, okay. So, but yeah, that was back in the days when I had 128 megs of RAM.
Yeah.
Not gigs,
days.
but RAMs. The max that motherboard can handle is 760 RAM. But I wish I would have saved that computer, but I ended up scrapping it. I should have saved it because I would love to see what I can do with it these. But you're working on shit, aren't you, dude?
No.
You're working on
looking at
okay.
stuff.
When is
He's
he
got that
not working on shit?
I know, right? Right?
He always has the
That
doing.
look, that concentration look on his face, like
He's
yeah,
doing it, Dazzo. He's always doing something.
I'm always working.
yeah. You deserve a break, man. You deserve a break.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. What's a break?
You don't call, you don't write.
Who is this man? Who is this man? So yeah, but actually, we didn't talk about this, and I know it's not in the show notes, but we should talk a little bit about what happened at your job the other day.
Oh.
About the fun little exciting adventure of Dazzo going to work and finding out all hell broke loose because shit broke.
Yeah. So actually, that was last Tuesday night when we were on the podcast. After the podcast technically finished, I didn't even get no call or text from anybody that our audio server shit the bed.
Now, for those that don't know, the audio server stores everything that's audio related, their commercials, their music, and the sweepers, the bumpers, all that shit was stored on the server.
Yes.
Just remember that now. This is the core of a radio station's imaging, if you will. Just yeah. So for those that are not radio, that is what that server does.
Yeah.
And it died. It took a poop. It took a
fucking big poop. And was not expecting that.
Oh.
So my boss
But
my boss was already working on that. Okay.
Oh, but that wasn't the best part, though. Is the fact that he called your ass in, and like, you get here at 9 o'clock right now.
No.
You get in here right now.
No. So another funny thing is, around 3 o'clock Wednesday morning, our main FM on-air computer, the fucking hard drive fucking took a dump.
Dear Lord.
Yep. It took a dump. Didn't want to work. And yeah. That was fun. Well, I was already fucking half asleep. And I'm like, nope, I am not coming in at 4 a.m. just to swap a freaking hard drive. No, thank you.
Yeah. And
when I came
and again,
at 9 a.m., I swapped it out with the backup. And even then, I did the test before I actually swapped it. No, it wouldn't even bother launching. So
the application wouldn't launch.
Hard drive.
Lovely.
That hard drive, it was the C drive, I think it was.
Oof.
It had Windows on it. I didn't want to boot. Something.
Did you get the NTLDR? No, what was it? The bootloader message on the black screen.
Yeah. It is
Could
not
you have? I'm curious. Could you have done? I think it's F8 during the
I
boot up
tried that.
cycle to go
I
into
absolutely tried
to try to
everything.
go into safe mode. To try to go into
No,
safe mode.
no safe mode regardless. It didn't want to
Ooh.
boot.
You
Yeah,
couldn't even get beyond the. So once you launch
No.
some, once the motherboard, all that shit loads in, the actual
Safe word?
OS, like, wow.
yeah, that fucking died. So
Mm.
that was not fun. That was not fun at all, especially on
Safe
a
Every
word?
I,
on a
every
older
IT
PC.
bone in me hurts right now
Yep.
because I had this discussion with him offline, and I was like, every bit of my IT background says, why the fuck is there not a warm rollover? Why do you not have spares? Why do you not have things that don't take you down? I don't understand. Like, just you have a warm rollover that's always running, and in an instant it can be switched over to the new shit while the old shit is worked on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hashtag understand.
Hashtag moron running studio
Yeah.
or
So
running radio
fast forward,
station.
that Wednesday morning, I pretty much me and the IT tech, technically, we already sat
Quote,
there,
unquote.
did all the fucking try to reboot, even called in a former employee to come in and help us out with getting the audio server back up. Not a fun
Jesus
day.
Christ.
Not a fucking fun day.
I have a question. Do you guys run any ghosting software? Like Norton Ghost?
No.
Because
no.
if you could pull from a ghosting server, you could technically rebuild
don't
that
have-
entire computer
No.
with a brand new hard drive in it and basically get it up and running within like an hour.
Yeah, so the audio server, no. That audio server one of the fucking drives completely crashed and burned.
Right.
No recovery.
If it's in a RAID array,
It was a RAID
technically you can lose one drive. Like a RAID 5, you can lose one drive and you
Yeah.
can replace it with a new drive and rebuild it. It takes a while, but it'll work.
Yeah.
Um,
We tried it. We tried with a different RAID array, and that also didn't work. So
what is the age of the computers? I'm just curious.
the audio server?
Yeah. That's not a Linux box, is it? Or a Unix box?
I don't remember. I think it's over 15 years, maybe 20.
And you guys aren't running just Linux on it. You're running an actual Windows machine on it.
Yeah, it's a Windows.
Yeah.
Windows 20. I think that was a 2012 or 2016. I can't.
Oh,
remember.
server 2012? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun.
Oh,
was
my tech
completely
brain
fun.
hurts now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
trust me.
and
I was like, what the fuck?
I think I
have enough on
mentioned.
my fucking plate. Now you
Yeah,
have to
no
deal
doubt,
with
right? And being understaffed on top of that.
more. Yeah, that doesn't help.
I remember when I was doing work study at my college, I came into work in my it was for my IT for the IT department, and I come into work, and greeted my IT manager, and I'm like, dude, you look really tired, man. He's like, I've been here since Friday night. This is a Monday. This is a Monday, okay? So I come in Monday morning, or Monday morning on my school day off, and he said, "Yeah, I've been here since Friday. Slept here." Like, what happened, dude? Our main server crashed. Took out two hard drives. Which in a RAID array does not happen. Two drives you do not lose at the same time.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, by the way, it also happened during the backup."
Oh.
And I'm like, ooh. And so he's like, "Yeah, so I can only bring us to 1 month before current." In other words, we were a month behind on what was saved on the server. That's how bad the crash was. We lost a month of data. And this wasn't just like a regular server. This was the school's primary server. This had everything on it, and
Yep.
they lost it. Now, granted, the computers were pretty old. These were like 1990s. This is like early 2000s, so it wasn't that far removed from that technology, but still.
Yeah.
And there was no solid state drives, so it was all mechanical drives in a
Mhm.
RAID. I think they were all RAID 5, I think. And we were still doing tape backups, so we were doing like, tapes, if you don't know, are basically the size of like the old VHS-C tapes. Like they're about that size.
Yep.
Maybe a little thinner, but they're roughly that. And so coming to school like that and just realizing this guy was burning the midnight oil along 3 days, I'm like, dude, that's when I knew, man, we ain't in Kansas anymore. That's when I knew. When you see that, so I feel your pain, man, when shit goes wrong, because it doesn't just rain, it pours.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but I'm not sure though what was worse, that or having to work the new tower location, putting up fence. What was more draining?
The audio server. I'm sorry.
Wow.
As
So
much
physical
as-
labor.
As much as I
Wow.
don't like the physical labor, I'd rather spend my fucking time outside of fucking work. Hey, 1, you got fresh air. 2, you're not stuck in the office. 3,
You can goof around a little bit.
Yeah.
You just kind of chill.
take a whole fucking
yeah.
hour lunch, come back, do work
Yeah.
until like fucking sundown.
Yep.
Go home.
Go home and fight traffic.
And repeat.
And fight traffic.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
most times we get lucky. Most times we do get lucky. Not get stuck in traffic, but there are
Right,
days
right.
where, the occasional, sometimes Tuesday or Wednesday, traffic is just a bitch.
Oh yeah.
But
And where you live is probably you're city dwellers, so obviously you're gonna deal with more traffic. You're not in the boonies.
yeah.
So that's even worse,
Yeah, but I know the ways ins and out of the city, so I'm like,
Yeah, you know all the back roads.
yeah. Okay, if the highway's stuck, I'm just taking the local route. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Burn
I'll
more
find
fuel, but
find me a
fuck it.
gravel road if I have to. I'll find me a gravel road. I'll go past a farmhouse if I have to get away from traffic.
Exactly.
In fact, funny enough, I did that when I worked at Amazon. I worked at Amazon in Texas, and I was trying to figure out the best way because I didn't want to take the major highway.
Yep.
So I would route my GPS, and it would actually take me past this farm field on a dirt road
Noise.
just to get to the back to the main road. So I'd go all these weird, janky ways to get to work, and I'm like, hey, you know what? At least I'm not fighting traffic.
Yep.
But then you see the Amazon parking lot, and it's like,
Really.
oh yeah.
Really?
I'm like, really? Really? Yeah. And they don't have a shuttle service to actually go from point A to point B at this place. That's how big the parking lots are.
Yeah.
So, but but what do you do? What do
Yeah.
you do?
So, I found out today the fucking SQL. That's
Ha!
also messed up. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be fun to rebuild that.
Yeah.
Database rebuilding is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, I don't know if you know much about databases, but do you know the database you're actually working on? Is it Maria, or is it
No idea.
SQLite?
I don't know what we were using.
The reason why is because the Maria database is actually a little more forgiving when it comes to database. It's more robust. It's more robust.
Yeah.
But SQL on its own is very
the SQL
temperamental.
alone is just a brain fart at this fucking point.
yeah, but also can create a lot of corruption too if it's not taken care of right away. Like it can like snowball.
Oh
I
yeah.
only know this because SQL is one of the things that they base Radio DJ on, and that's that program I used to
Yep.
use for the show.
Yep. I have a fucking funny feeling it's gonna get worse than what's already happening now.
And guess who will take the blame for that? You.
And be like, nope.
Ain't blaming me. Blame me, bitch. Nope, not gonna be a thing. No.
For those
But,
that are just tuning into the show, go get your
Welcome.
Dazz merch. Link is in the
Get
description.
your merch.
Merch,
Go
merch,
get your
merch.
and use 1KFS as the promo code to get your stickers for free.
Heck yeah.
It's our way of saying thank you
Okay.
very much for tuning in
Absolutely.
and for being awesome fans.
Woo.
So buy yourself a product, anything you want. Get yourself a free set of stickers.
Yep.
Heck yeah. How long is
Maybe.
that promo going on for, Dazz?
Maybe a few weeks. We'll see. I'll leave it up.
Awesome. So you got time, guys. So if you don't get paid till Friday, you have a chance to do it next week if you want to.
That's right. That's right.
Merchandise.
By the way, Ember,
Uh-huh.
your things were shipped
Yes.
today. I saw that.
Say it again?
Your
merch has
was
been shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yay. I know I got my my email this morning. Actually, I'm excited.
I haven't submitted mine yet because I have to finalize my designs. So
Nice.
'cause I'm a picky skittle.
You are a picky skittle.
I am picky. I am a freaking picky burple.
What? Yeah, I was gonna ask you what color Skittle you are, but not a blurple, so that was a stupid question.
See, now this was Dazzle's idea. I
Yeah.
give him credit for inventing the purple. He's like, dude, because I have 3 characters, right? I have Mr. Skittle, who's like an aqua blue. I have Purple, which is a combination of colors, and then I've got Lolly, which is a pure red one. And I don't really work with the other ones. I just never did. But Purple, I just kind of came up with.
Yeah.
And it kind of sort of became a running joke with us. And Dazzle's one. You should make a character that's like red and blue. Call him Purple. And I'm like, not purple, but purple.
Purple.
And I'm thinking,
Blue and purple.
okay. And then for whatever reason, I randomly came up with his voice and cracked the hell out of Dazzo when I brought it up live. And he's like, oh my God, he was not expecting it. And I brought it out live and yeah.
That's great.
But then, it's fun to do that. But I don't know. I never had this is like the most random thing I ever came up with. I had to run with the whole Skittle thing because yes, it's based on the candy, and I love Skittles. Although not no more because red number 5 and red number 4 and all the red that's in the candy is going to kill me. But I was like, well, what can I run with? And I tried different things or whatever, trying to make different characters. And I just thought like a little purple orb was a thing that would work. And the googly eyes are my little homage to Cookie Monster, one of my favorite characters from Sesame Street. I'd have googly eyes. Yeah, he's kind of special. Kind of special in a special sort of way.
Now,
That's why it's called purple.
As an avid Skittle, do all Skittles taste the same? What do you think?
No, because there are various flavors of Skittles. So it's not just the red bag. There's the tropical bag. There's ones I've heard.
I think the
of.
real question we should be asking is for him is it cannibalism?
Oh,
that's another topic.
But then then you could say that about M&Ms too. You could say that about M&Ms. You know, are you? Am I eating myself? Well, that's kind of gross, but you know. Shut up.
All right, what kind of Skittle is your favorite? Original then?
Oh no, sours.
All right.
I love sours. Although there are other ones that apparently are made, but I have never seen them in the stores. There's like I think like 8 or 10 different types of Skittles. Not just the flavor, but like just actual bags. I was like, why have I not seen these before? There's like one that's like, you know, almost like a I don't even know how to describe it. I remember looking it up and I was like, how many types of bags are there? It's like there's original, there's tropical, there's berry, and there is sour. The 4 major ones that we get here, but there's like 4 other ones that you never see. Like, how are these not in my life? There's like a fruit one. There's like a bunch of them. It's like, what in the heck?
Yeah, some
like banana flavor. There's cherry flavored.
There's some of them that are actually foreign made.
That's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why, because they're not native to our which is sad. It's like, why would this not be sold here? I would still buy them. I know I'm not sponsored by Skittles, but you know.
Hey, maybe.
Of course, I'm
Skittles
diabetic,
can,
so I can't have Skittles. Plus, they're also really hard on my teeth. As I've gotten older, my teeth are becoming more and more brittle, so like I really can't have things like that. But I'll be honest though, Skittles may be one of my favorite candies, but lemon heads, the Ferrapin,
Ooh,
are my favorites. The
I
little
would-
mini hard yellow ones are so good.
Did
I
you
would
know that
eat
they
like a
actually-
whole bag of those.
Did
Oh,
you
I've
actually
done that
know
before, yes, Ember.
Skittles actually made gummies now.
I've tried them before. They're not as good as the hard
Yeah.
candies or as the normal ones, but they're pretty
Yeah.
good. They have the same fruity flavors, but
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I've had them. I know that Starburst is another one I like too. Starburst had their gummy, or their airs. Starburst airs are really
Yeah.
interesting. It's like a little mini pillow. They're kind of cool, but you're never gonna beat the chews though, like the actual chews.
Yeah.
You know, or like Now and Laters. It's kind of like that, only a little bit softer than Now and Laters. So. Yeah, I shouldn't be talking about candy because I'm just feeling my blood sugar go up. My A1C is shooting through the roof again. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't bought a bag. I used to like when my sour Skittles were $2.50 a bag. I would stock up on them. Right. The really sad thing is I could almost go through an entire bag in one sitting, and that's really bad.
Yep.
That contributed to it. Like, let me put it this way. You know, if you ever do a blood draw for people and they're checking their A1Cs,
Yep.
my A1C was so high it wasn't even registering on the systems anymore. That's how high it got.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So I probably had like freaking, what would be like the most viscous thing that you can imagine for blood. And I'm sure it was that and more.
Mm-mm.
So my blood was probably was like taffy. It wasn't even. It was like malleable. It wasn't like a liquid. It was like malleable now. So, yeah, don't eat junk food, people. Don't eat junk food.
Don't eat junk food.
Not good. Not good. You know. But yeah, I don't know. But it looks like I don't know how this is the thing, but I can actually read. Like normally, Discord's camera is flipped. Or it's inverted, but no, I actually can read your stuff. I can actually say 1K frequency, and I can actually read perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
Normally, the images are flipped, which is interesting. Maybe they actually
Discord.
fixed it for once.
No.
No,
Discord.
maybe Discord finally got their head out of their asses and properly made a mirrored image, so that way we actually can see what you look, see the.
Did somebody say inverted?
Oh lordy.
Yeah, that's
Let me go
different.
throw my aviators on.
Aviators. So, Mikey, when are you gonna order that merch, eh?
Huh?
When
Are you gonna get your merch?
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. When I get money.
You don't even have to fucking pay for it. Goof.
He sent you a gift.
It's
You
okay.
literally
It's
had to put in your.
It's an early Christmas gift. Early Christmas gift.
Christmas? It's fucking March.
Everybody's getting presents for my birthday.
Ember's getting hers
Dude.
sometime next week.
It's Christmas
Yeah.
every freaking day as far as I know.
It's bad bitch day, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't take that away from her.
A joke came to my head, but I don't want to get us in trouble.
Oh,
God.
God. Aren't we already in trouble by some law, probably?
Fuck it,
I don't know.
Probably.
Somebody brought up Christmas at something, or I forgot what it was, but what came to my mind was Christmas at Ground Zero, the old Weird Al song.
Oh. Oof. Hey, but Weird Al's awesome though.
Boy.
It's
Weird
okay,
Al.
it's a
Dude,
party in the CIA.
Dude, I am old enough to remember when Weird Al was like in the early days, like when he was doing like Michael Jackson, like
Oh God.
Eat It and I requested that song. Dude, Eat It and Fat and
Yeah.
oh, what else was there?
Oh God.
He had some really great songs.
Yeah.
I loved when he had Smells Like Nirvana. And he's like, the only reason why I did this was because nobody can understand your lyrics. Dave Grohl, the drummer for that band, said, we knew we made it when Weird Al parodied us. So that's how you know you've been successful.
Yep.
But I think one of the last videos I saw of him was like from years ago, but it was that whole video for Tacky, which I thought was hysterical. And then White
Relax,
Nerdy.
guys. It's a part in the CIA.
Huh?
Oh, come on. Nobody got that?
I
That's one of his newer songs. God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I sadly haven't followed Weird Al in a while. Sadly. Dude, I will say though, I can never get enough of Amish Paradise.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the classics of his. But
Or I forget the name of it, but the Star Wars song.
Yeah, it's based on American Pie.
Yeah.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
I actually never liked that song when it was first out, but it's kind of because I have watched it obviously in recent times. I'm like, yeah, that's actually pretty funny. I think it's because I just did not like the original Star Wars films, like the ones from the 90s. I was like, nah, bothered.
I mean, I was born in a very weird time because literally I don't count the Disney movies. Fuck the Disney movies. The only Star Wars movie I ever was actually able to see in the theaters as a '96 baby was Revenge of the Sith.
I saw that in the theaters.
Yeah,
actually, I saw that
as a '96 baby. Out of the 6 entire movies, I only saw number 3 in theaters.
Back in my day, I saw Return of the Jedi in the movie theaters back in 1983.
You're doing the voice wrong, Yoda.
At least you can do the voice. I can't do any voice right now.
I'm out of practice.
6 years.
Much butthurt you are.
Liquid IV will have.
Oh Lord.
Oh man. I mean, I think when we look back, I mean the one thing that I was 8 years old when Jedi was out in the theaters. My parents went to go see Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton in the other movie theater down the hall. So I was by myself, 8 years old, and I'll tell you something, that Rancor scared the shit out of me. That Rancor freaking scared the shit out of me. I was like, nope. I'm noping that all the way to Nopeville and getting off at fuck you. So, but yeah. I mean, I love Star Wars. Shit to my pants, I did. Green goo. Anyway. But no, I think I mean you're right. The stuff out of the recent Disney acquisition has just been absolutely dog shit. Like they have destroyed everything. I mean, thank God Kathleen Kennedy's been out. Like she's gone. She was the reason why Star Wars has just sucked balls since it was purchased by Disney. And you would have thought too, like with all of the books that are released from decades, like there's so many stories you could tell that the fans would have loved. Nope, we gotta be ideology based, and we gotta be DEI based, and we gotta be woke based because we're retards and we're smart. It was just so dumb. So, and funny thing is, I read an article where George Lucas said he really regretted selling to Disney after what he's seen them actually do to his original work. But I mean, you basically kill off Han Solo. Although Harrison Ford did say many years ago that he had hoped that they would kill him off in the first film, in New Hope, but they didn't. So, and I thought his death was kind of dumb. It's like, oh, you got killed by, well, spoiler alert, but you got killed by your kid through freaking getting your stomach shot out. Whoop-de-ding-dong. That's not a way to go. You didn't fall into the mouth of a sarlacc and be slowly digested for 1,000 years.
Bad writing we had.
Indeed. So, yeah, I've kind of just I kind of gave up on Star Wars. I did see Revenge of the Sith and Clone Wars in the theater. That was okay. I mean, they were good, but they're just never going to be as good as the OGs, like the originals. I'm talking the pre-90s fuck ups that they made. I'm talking about the original 70s and early 80s variants, but we are never going to see true clean copies of the original 3 because Lucas went back into the masters and destroyed the footage. It's like in Clone Wars, all that's or not Clone Wars, but in Empire and the other ones where you see like the more stormtroopers, you literally can never see what it used to be. It was like 5 guys, now it's like 100 guys, because he went into the masters and destroyed them. He literally wrote right into them. I'm like, well, that's great, good job. Oh well.
Well.
Yeah, or to quote the old what was the old dude? That old guy in my God, I'm losing my mind here. In Indiana Jones, Last Crusade, the
Mission Impossible. I'm sorry.
The Knight, who said, "You chose poorly." That's what we should have had for him. Him saying that line when Lucas sold to Disney. He chose poorly.
No, you know what line I would put?
Oh no, it'd be Vader's no, right?
No, I would do Obi-Wan to Anakin. You were supposed to be the chosen one, not join them, or whatever.
Yeah. It's over, Anakin. Yeah.
You were supposed to be one of us, not fucking join them.
Yeah, I'm kidding, right? The most sob story I've ever seen was that scene in the final battle. Although I have to admit, seeing the physical carnage that happened to Anakin was pretty damn impressive. I have to admit that was pretty impressive. Like just watching his entire body catch fire and his legs are gone and all that stuff. I was like, dude. But Lucas said, like, you need to see how bad this got for him. The man on the iron lung is legitimately realized, So, but what I did like about Sith though was when they brought James Earl Lord Jones in to do the voice when he was finally in the mask. You can't have Vader without James Earl Jones, but sadly now he's gone. So.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So anyway, but the only other thing I had on for my notes or whatever was the FCC is now going after streaming services for making their damn commercials too loud. Yeah. Because they found a loophole. No, they found a loophole. These companies found a loophole in the current law. See, a number of years ago, we had a law put in after TVs went digital. Like we got rid of our analog signals for TV for the most part. The FCC went after these companies, and Congress went after these companies for making their advertisements louder than the actual content was. And people were getting pissed about that because it wasn't a thing up until the digital age. Well, streaming services like Netflix and others have decided, hey, we're going to go back to those days and we're going to jack it up because guess what? It doesn't apply to us because we are not terrestrial TV. We're internet. Now the FCC is saying, it's not true now. So guess what? Fuck you. So they're looking at making an expansion to what Congress said years ago about commercials now needing to be leveled out and can't blow your ears out anymore. So yay.
What was said was, it was 10 years ago, and it was called the Com Act of 2012, and it was made on December 13th of 2012, and now they're doing a cycle again, and that Com Act is what's resurfacing.
Yep.
I can talk.
Yeah, so I will say one thing, too. I'm glad they're actually doing it because, I mean, think about how shitty that is, like, How stupid are you to think that you're not going to get in trouble for that? It's like people were already pissed off, a decade and a half ago, or roughly, and then all of a sudden, now you're going to do this? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to start taking this away from you. Oh. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys get this commercial in Canada, but I swear to God, I hate it. Burger King's brought back their shitty singer who can't sing at all for their fucking latest commercials. The guy can't carry a tune in a tin bucket. I can't think of the guy's name, but he's a horrible singer. BK, bro, it's like, dude, I can't believe you have not run your commercials and you cannot find somebody who can sing. I can fart better than this guy can sing.
No. But they have the BK, have it your way. That gets stuck in my head, and I don't even eat at a Burger King.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's that if you look it up, like I can't think of the guy's name, but he's like just terrible. And they just brought him back because they're doing a whole new ad campaign for like some new gross freaking Burger King food. It looks just ugh.
I'd rather eat McDonald's than Burger King's at the end of the day.
I won't. I have like my fiance loves McDonald's French fries. Like she loves the French fries, and I'm like, okay, look, I'll go there. I don't like eating McDonald's because believe me, the food is not as like when I was a kid, the food tasted better, and you find out that oh yeah, back then it did taste better because they weren't putting all the shit in it.
Yeah.
And French fries, man, I will say the McDonald's French fries are pretty damn good.
Especially when they're
just
fresh right off the fryer.
Yeah, when they're warm. When they're warm and like
Once it gets cold, no.
And try nuking them. Don't even bother nuking a McDonald's French fry. It'll just turn into sogginess.
Exactly.
Sadness.
Guy's name is Will Crown.
Yeah. Exactly. Now I will say another food place I do like is Chick-fil-A. I love me some Chick-fil-A. Dude,
yes.
I love like my fiance got me to the chicken nuggets, and I was like, oh hell yeah! So I get like a 20-piece chicken nugget. I'm like, oh yeah, and the frickin' fries, and a frickin' lemonade. Hell yeah, that's a frickin' full meal deal right there.
And the closest one to my house is 40 minutes, and it sucks.
Oh, dude.
I have one, and it's like 5 minutes from me.
Yeah, I had a couple.
All right, I'm moving in. We're doing it early. I'm coming.
There you go. There you go. Just for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. The other one is Raising Cane's. I see people have divided thoughts about their sauce. I like their sauce. And the closest one to me is in Times Square.
Ugh. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Having fun getting down there would be no bueno for me. Nope.
No, I go on a train.
Ugh. Yeah, try bringing that food on a train and watch how fast it gets trampled on. Oh, those trains are so damn overcrowded.
You'll probably get that taken at gunpoint. You'll probably get that taken at gunpoint, knowing how people are in the U.S.
I have eaten a 3-piece strip on the NK Transit before. I have done that.
Okay, well, I mean,
because that used to be me and my coworkers when we bring something into the office.
Yeah,
I badge into the aviation office sometimes when I was in Utah, and people just smell it, and then they pat their holster and be like, "What do you have?" And I'm like,
gimme.
I'm like, burger from where? And it was this local spot.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a burger from BGR, and then we'd like half draw our holster, like all the safety features in our holsters were defeated. We'd just be like, "Give me." It was like a known joke that went over the office. It was a known joke that was all over the office. We just like half draw the gun, and we'd just be like, "Give me."
Give me, precious.
Pretty much, that's what it was. It was Gollum.
Yeah, basically, it becomes a room full of golems.
Yep.
Oh man,
although it was funny, the one time after I came back from being suspended in Utah, everybody was like, "Precious," because I walked out of my boss's office with my badge back at my waist, and everybody was just nodding, going, "Precious is back."
I don't know. I mean, other than like Firehouse Subs and Chick-fil-A, it's probably like the only two restaurant or fast food joints I actually enjoy the food. I've tried Whataburger, which honestly,
I haven't.
all
We
the
have
hype?
two in
What is
Vegas. I need to
all the
try it
hype?
just to see.
Dude, Whataburger is like just all hype and just like
Okay.
why?
Yeah, and like we have two in Vegas, but of course both are on the fucking strip. And when I'm not actually doing my transit shit, everybody avoids the strip like the fucking plague. If you're a local in Vegas, you don't go there.
No, yeah, exactly. Normies do not go to the strip. It's all the tourists that go to the strip.
Yeah, but it's like,
And
yeah, both of our Whatas are on the strip, and I'm like, I need to try it just to say I try it. I don't get it, and not because I don't get the hype. It's like I need to try it so I kind of get it.
Yeah.
no, I totally get that. Yeah, it was like this first time I ever had a Sonic. I was like, okay, I wasn't that impressed because apparently they use like sugar water for some of their food. I was like, ugh, this is kind of like, ugh. No. The only thing I like from Sonic, I like their grilled cheese, and I do like their slushies. I love me a blue raspberry slushie.
Oh yeah, they're icy. What the
Since high
fuck they call
school.
them?
Yeah, though I can just call them a slushie, but when I was in high school, we had a la carte, so you get like all the junk food you wanted, right? We had a la carte. Like fuck the school lunches, man. The school lunches were ass. And I go to the a la carte. I get like a little mini pizza. I would get like a mini pizza. I'd get like a bunch of like Hostess stuff, and I get like a freaking blue slushie. And it was like just the junk food capital of my life. And I just remember, and even when I go to like a movie, if I go to a movie theater, I have to go to the icy machine. I have to get a blue raspberry icy. I cannot do it without it.
Like you have to try their shit, yeah.
Well, no, it's just icy has always been a thing in my life. Like since I was a kid, icy has always been a thing. But they didn't have blue raspberry when I was a kid. It was only cherry. Cherry was the one they always had was when I was a kid. Was cherry, and then they ended up doing a bunch of other flavors. Like I think they'll do like Coca-Cola for once. Like I tried that. I was like, yeah. But when they came out with the blue raspberry and I tried that, I was like, oh yes, I will have more of this. Now, granted, it looks like a frozen Smurf piss, but it's still good.
I don't know why that reminded me, but I need to order a pepper spray refill for my my little can that I carry every day.
How does Smurf remind you of
pepper
spray?
I know. I'm like, I don't know how that. I don't know how that like. I don't know how my brain connected those dots, but like hearing you talk just now, I'm like, oh, I need to order a pepper spray refill.
That's like Pee Wee Herman. Connect the dots, la la.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to order a pepper spray refill because my shit expires October of this year, and realistically, you should be doing OC you should be replacing your OC every year.
Right, because the stuff probably does expire. I would look into a burn a launcher if you're
No.
Oh.
Horrible quality control issues. The shit leaks.
Really?
I have had two friends. I've had two friends with theirs fail on duty.
Mikey.
Ooh.
Mikey knows a lot.
Okay, that's.
And I'm an instructor for that stuff.
See, now I liked it just because it was legal in all 50 states, plus it's tear gas, so that actually supposedly works like up to like you can literally shoot it 6 feet in front of them, and it's like you're gonna incapacitate them for like 40 minutes while you get your ass out of there. But dude, if it's got quality control issues, then I'm a pass on that big time. Because you don't fuck with tear gas. You just don't fuck with it.
Well, you shouldn't be fucking with anything.
Shut up, Canada. Shut up, Meg. This is the problem when you have a Meg.
Craig.
In Canada.
What a Craig.
So anyway, but no, I just find that really interesting. So, but yeah, so we went from ices to Smurf to tear gas. Wow, what a segue! If we did points, Mikey would win this match.
Of course.
I'm just saying. Yeah, you just can't go wrong with that.
Of course.
But yeah. So I'm gonna drop the last topic about the Windows 10 stuff right now because I got to do a little more.
Oh no!
I want to go. I got to do a little more research. Plus, my clock is all fucked up, so I didn't reset it because my battery is not in it right now, so I have no idea what time it is.
It's 8:50 EST. So
okay, I'm in Central, so it's 7:50.
Yeah.
So, yep. But I don't know. It was. Oh, I was just thinking about this. We should either do some more. We should try to get golf with your friends to work. We should try to get that to work again.
Maybe we'll try next week. We'll see.
Or we do some trucking. We do some trucking.
Do some trucking.
Do some trucking. We gotta get Embers up and running. We gotta get that game running for her. Need to join us for the convoy and get all the derpiness.
Or maybe we can.
Because you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like bumper cars. You know, we're gonna have the bumper cars.
That's,
oh yeah.
That's
oh yeah.
Breakfast.
I need to contort your truck again. I'm just saying. That was amazing.
I mean,
it was amazing for me. It was amazing for me to see the contortion of your truck holding itself in half. And then all I hear from Dazz was, ow.
I mean, we could play breakfast.
Actually, yeah, I just got that installed. I finally have that installed now. So I think I finished the Santa Claus one too. So I don't know what that one is, but I got the game installed a couple days ago, and I actually forgot about that. So yeah, Demolition Derby time. Hell yeah!
I did see you play that though.
Well, I didn't play it. I went in there to do my settings. I actually set the game up. So when we do launch it, I'm already ready to go. And I haven't done any testing in it yet. Like I haven't, because I'm sure my computer can play it because it's an old game. But I want to, I kind of want to do it blind. I want to be kind of blind with it. The only thing I got to figure out is if I can use my left thumbstick to steer. I don't know if I can figure out that setting.
That's why you should go in there and take a look.
I want to go blind into it, dude. I want to go blind into it. But yeah, I want a Demolition Derby crazy 8-it, launch off the walls. Dude, I swear to God, like all the things I would do in Wreckfest, I would never do in real life. But I gotta get something going.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Okay, so let's call it. Let's say next week's stream. Next Tuesday. 1K frequency Wreckfest.
Well, that depends on Ember's schedule for work.
Well, true. Although if she's off tomorrow, we should actually do it tomorrow. If she's off.
If we do it earlier, because I do have a SLRP patrol set up. As far as stream,
I thought that was only like Sundays and Tuesdays. Or no,
it's every other day.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they did that.
Yeah, so it's all good. I was planning for that. So, I mean, I know you guys have work. So,
work? What's that?
If
yeah.
being a content creator actually gets paid, I would fucking be a content creator.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be working radio, for sure.
The only reason why I get paid as a content creator is because of Dazzo drops members.
Hey, at least you're at the level where you can get that.
I wouldn't have any members. Like, I would be so low on the totem pole. But Dazzo's like, membership, here you go. He's like, I'm Oprah in this bitch.
But see, here's the thing, though, Ember, is the fact that you already have the ability to do that. I don't. I can't stream. I can't upload because my shit internet. And believe me, that sucks. So,
maybe you should have moved to Wisconsin.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Eat a giant bag of fuck you, because I've lived in Wisconsin. Thank you very much. Look, I've already got fucking blue Minnesota to deal with. I ain't fucking dealing with fucking whatever fucking Wisconsin's become. Now, granted, my grandmother has been living in Wisconsin for a very, very long time, and I understand that. But one, I'm not a cheesehead. Fuck it, Green Bay. Second, I lived in fucking the far east side of Wisconsin called Neenah, which is basically an island.
Yeah.
And was like, I had a really cool house. It was an old farmhouse from like 136 years ago. It was fantastic. But no. If I move, it'll be south. It'll be south either Nebraska, where my brother is and my sister-in-law is, or Texas, where my fiance is. That's where I'm moving. Because I ain't dealing with frickin' wishy-washy walls anymore who can't fucking.
I thought you would say Alabama.
Well, if I want to play that mountain music, maybe, but I have nothing against Alabama. I don't have anything against the South. I have nothing against it. I'm just saying that there are certain states I'll move to, and there are certain states I won't. But I want to get the fuck. I was born and raised in Minnesota. And then literally I call this state Minnescrotum for a reason.
Well, yeah.
We fuck you 7 ways from Sunday, and then you were to come back and beg for more. It's too blue in this state, and I can't stand this. I just cannot stand the stupidity in this state. This is not the state I'm looking for. But yeah. I don't even recommend anybody move to Minnesota. Let me put it that way. I just don't. And look, there's
Minnesota,
No, I'm not. Well, I'm sort of near the you betcha territories. I mean, Minnesota is full of the you betchas. The yas and you betchas. It's not Canadian. It's actually the Scandinavian that we got in our state. But I don't have the whole like totally not Canadian accent like Dazz does with A. I mean, I'm sorry. People literally listened to the movie Fargo and took that literally like how we talk.
Yeah.
So, but we don't talk. Canada talks more like that than we do, to be honest. But you can go to like North Dakota or like at the border of North Dakota and Minnesota. You can hear the yas and you betches.
Oh, totally.
And the don't you knows and the ooftas.
Totally.
I blame the Scandinavian countries. I'm partially Norwegian and Swedish, so, And the only thing that Sweden ever gave us was the Swedish bikini team. That's all they really ever gave us. Yeah, whatever happened to them? Yeah, they're old grandmas. They're probably old grandmas now.
Jesus.
So, hey, man, I have no filter. But hey, don't forget, folks, check out that 1K frequency. Sweet merchandise. Dazzo has a link pinned in the comments right now. Go check it out. Click. Use the promo code. Dazzo, what's the promo code? I don't have it memorized.
1KFS.
1KFS and get yourself some free stickers. That's right. Help promote the show. Help us become the best. Help us because we rule. Yeah.
Get yourself some snapback. Get the snapback. It's fucking real.
Get a snapback. Get a hoodie. Get the Burple things, get all the Dazzo things, get all the Mikey things, get all the Ember things, get all the things. Matter of fact, you should spend so much money that they can't even produce enough for you. I'm just saying. Believe me, we'll keep making it.
That's right. Make me a millionaire. Woohoo!
Who wants to be a millionaire? This guy does.
Yeah.
Actually, the funny thing is, we won't see a dime of this. It all goes to Dazzo. All the fucking money will go to him.
Okay with that.
And if he does pay us, it'll be in like Canadian dollars, which aren't worth shit anymore.
Are we monopolies?
As long as I stay on his good side, it's mine too. But as far as you two, like.
Hey man, I've been here since day one. I was the one who joined him on the original podcast.
Yeah, but you didn't. I played the love card, so I win.
She's claiming it already, so.
You just. I have no comment.
Okay, man, you will do a little bit.
I cannot win against that. I cannot win against that argument. I can't. If I brought my fiance on the show, that'd be one thing, but I can't. Nope. Not even gonna try. Nope. Hey, let him be.
Here's what we'll do.
Read my lips. That would not be prudent at this juncture.
Here's what we'll do. When we own a mansion that's so big that it makes, like, because then we can make, like, a little, like, dog house in the back for you. But, like, our house will be so big that the dog house will be, like, normal house size.
What the fuck?
Apparently, she dreams big.
She's always dreaming.
You and my
Yeah.
you and my
If we're
fiance need to
gonna
go.
have millions and millions of dollars, why the hell not?
Ember, you and my fiance need to get together and go bowling together.
I'm
I'm just
down.
saying. I'm down. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm down.
Yep.
We'll go golfing.
I could do great things with a small loan of $1 million.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
So great. My life would be so great.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Zelensky's a pussy.
This episode is just all. This episode is just full of like random voices. Except the sad thing is that y'all are playing a part, and mine just is what it is.
Oh, that's okay.
It's okay. You gotta say
I
your
mean-
voice for tomorrow. Otherwise, you lose it.
See, my voices. I've been hearing voices in my head for decades, and so it's like, what? Shut up! I didn't ask you. You know.
I really thought you were gonna start singing the Randy Orton theme song, and I'm sad.
Well, you should be grateful. I don't know what that is, but hey,
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? I'm not as hip as you youngsters.
I'm
are.
disappointed.
Too bad.
I would sing it for you, but it'll literally sound like that.
I don't have it.
Well, I can,
don't
man.
have a voice.
I can sing the asshole song, by Dennis Leary,
Do it.
and of course get us completely copyright strike. So this video completely can't make money. So So anyway, but yeah, we are very random with voices. We have some Yoda. We've got some. Well, I haven't
are my copyright.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
copyright.
Copy
Wrong.
I striked it that way.
Oh lordy,
Oh man, what a day.
what a day! We're according to Dazzo's shirt, we are perfectly imperfect.
Exactly.
We're perfectly imperfect. 1K frequency, perfectly imperfect.
We're not.
That's what we are. Nope. I swear to God, we're like the Muppet Show. Okay, there's a question. If you were a Muppet, who would you be? Any of the Muppets. Who would you be? Not talking the Sesame Street characters either. You gotta exclude them. I'm talking strictly the Muppet Show. Dazz is like, I don't even know who's up there now. Who's up there? See, I would probably be either Waldorf or Stadler. That was the dudes that sat up in the balcony in the mezzanine seating who bitched about everything.
Yeah.
The old guys. I'd be like them. Yeah.
I don't know who I'd be.
I think you would be like Sam the Eagle. Maybe Sam Eagle. Trying to be all prim and proper and just. No, actually, no. You would be in Muppet News. You'd be that dude. You'd be the Muppet News anchor man. What would Mikey be?
Mikey's
Mikey's just like, you better be nice. You better be nice. You better be nice.
I don't know.
And there's not a lot of female characters, which is really sad. I mean, Janice probably, that was the guitar player for the Electric Tea, or the Electric May. I could be Animal. because I'm kind of crazy like him.
You are
But,
crazy.
Actually, Dazzo, I think you're more of a Kermit or a Fozzie. I guess Mikey could be Scooter. I'm old. I'm very old.
Giggity.
Because I remember this shit when it was still broadcast. So, anyway.
Mikey, this is why you never check Discord.
Next thing we'll know, Mikey will be like, okay, I'm fucking checking out of Discord. I'm deleting Discord altogether. Fuck this. I'm just gonna go play with my happy little explosives. Happy little. See, that's like Mikey's Bob Ross of like, you know, weaponry. He's like, that's the Bob Ross. Now I'm just going to load a happy little gun. Happy little gun.
All right. God damn it.
So anyway, well, on that note, we should probably wrap it up.
Go for it. Actually.
Oh, Ember
why
should
don't
go
you...
for it.
Ember.
Alrighty.
Do the honors.
Even with my weird voice that I got going on, we still do it.
We're all weird. Let the weirdness rule. Come on.
Oh boy. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching 1K Frequency. We are live weekly, 7 p.m. EST, right here on Dazz Radio. Get your merch, it just launched today. Beanies, hats, cups, you name it. Get it with that promo code 1KFS. Gonna be live there for you for multiple weeks. You heard it from Dazzo himself. So that's gonna do it for us this week. Thank you for your support, and that'll be it for myself, Dazzo Nation right there, Skittle Kicks, and Hydra, and we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Later. Goodbye.
Oh, also, before we go, don't forget to tune into Ember's live stream tomorrow on her birthday bash.
Oh, that's right. Somebody gonna have a birthday.
She's turning 26.
I remember 26.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Many moons ago. Anyways, have yourself a good night, and I will catch you guys on the next live stream. Bye.
Bye. Get plum.